Welcome to Computics Technologies.
In the first part of this crash course, we discussed about databases, relational databases concepts, SQL, database design, and ACID properties. If you missed out on the last video, make sure to check it out first. And in today's video, we will discuss about tables, views, procedures, triggers, and functions. So let's start it with tables. Tables are fundamental structure in a relational database. They store data in rows and columns, where each row represents a record and each column represents a field or attribute. Tables organize data into a structured format for easy storage and retrieval. A table is also considered as a convenient representation of relations. In DBMS, the table is known as relation and row as tuple. Let's see an example of employee table. In this table, employee is the table name, employee ID, employee name, city, phone number are the column names. The combination of data of multiple columns forms a row. For example, 1, Kristen, Washington, and the number are the data of one row. There are multiple operations you can perform on a table like create table. Create table is used to create a table in the database. To define the table, you should define the name of the table and also define its columns and columns data type. Let's see an example. Create table employee ID of integer type with not null constraint, employee name with type varchar, phone number of type integer. Drop table. Drop table is used to delete a table definition and all the data from a table. When this command is executed, all the information available in the table is lost forever. So you have to be very careful while using this command. Drop table employee. By using this command, the entire table will be erased from database. Delete table. Delete statement is used to delete rows from a table. We can use where condition to delete a specific row from a table. If you want to delete all the records from the table, then you don't need to use the where clause. Delete from employee where employee ID is equal to 3. This command will delete the row where employee ID is 3. Views are kind of virtual tables. A view also has rows and columns as they are in a real table in the database. We can create a view by selecting fields from one or more tables present in the database. A view can either have all the rows of a table or specific rows based on certain condition. We can create, delete, and update views. We can create view using create view statement. A view can be created from a single table or multiple tables. For example, we will create a view from a single table. In this example, we are creating a view with create view and selecting name and address from the another table student details. So it means we are creating a view from only one table student details. Now we will create a view from multiple tables. We can simply include multiple tables in the select statement. You can see in this example, we are selecting name and address from the student details and marks from the student marks. So we are using multiple tables, student details and student marks to create a view. Delete view. We have learned about creating a view, but what if a created view is not needed anymore? Obviously, we will want to delete it. SQL allows us to delete an existing view. We can delete or drop a view using the drop statement. For example, if we want to delete the view marks view, to do that, we run this command drop view marks view. It is as simple as that. Update view. We can use the create or replace view statement to add or remove fields from a view. For example, if we want to update the view marks view and add the field age to this view from student marks table, we can do this by running this code. With this command, we are updating the marks view with the create or replace view query and adding student age in the view. In database, a stored procedure is a set of statements that perform some defined actions. We make stored procedures so that we can reuse statements that are used frequently. Stored procedures are similar to functions in programming. They can perform specified operations when we call them. Let's create a stored procedure using the create procedure command followed by SQL commands. We create a stored procedure with the name of US customers with the condition that customers will only be live in USA. Now, whenever we want to fetch all customers who live in the USA, we can simply call the procedure by running this command AHCC US customers. We can delete stored procedures by using the drop procedure command. Drop procedure US customers. This SQL command deletes the US customer procedure which we created earlier. A trigger is a special type of stored procedure that automatically runs when an event occurs in the database server. These triggers play a vital role in maintaining data integrity, ensuring the accuracy and consistency of information. Similar to their real world counterparts, SQL triggers act as a safeguard responding to events and safeguarding data integrity. Because a trigger cannot be called directly, unlike a stored procedure, it is referred to as a special procedure. A trigger is automatically called whenever a data modification event against a table takes place, which is the main distinction between a trigger and a procedure. On the other hand, a stored procedure must be called directly. The following are the key differences between triggers and stored procedures. Triggers cannot be manually invoked or executed. There is no chance that triggers will receive parameters. A transaction cannot be committed or rolled back inside a trigger. Always remember that there cannot be two triggers with similar action time and event for one table. For example, we cannot have two before update triggers for a table, but we can have a before update and a before insert trigger, or a before update and an after update trigger. Create triggers sample trigger before insert on student for each row. Set new.total is equal to new.marks by 6. In this example, we are creating a trigger named sample trigger and performing insert operation on students table. Functions are blocks of code that can take parameters, perform computations, and return a single value. They are often used in queries, calculations, and are as part of other procedures. You can define user-specific database functions. In an SQL statement, you can then use these user-defined database functions in the same way as any other predefined functions. A database function can contain several SQL statements. Once created, a database function can be used as an expression in an SQL statement. In this example, we create a function called calculate annual salary that accepts an input parameter employee ID of data type integer. The function returns a decimal value with a precision of 10 and a scale of 2. Inside the function, we declare a variable annual salary to hold the calculated annual salary. We use a select statement to fetch the monthly salary from the employees table based on the provided employee ID parameter. The calculated annual salary is then returned using the return statement.